So I've been moving house, so I haven't been training as much today. I'm going to get back into my handstand push-ups. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the easiest variation. I'm going to go all the way through to the hardest variation that I can do. I'm going to give some tips and some movement suggestions on the way in terms of progressions to make it easier and harder. Now there is like a little bit of a grey area from progression to progression, but I'm going to start with what I think is the easiest one, working all the way to the hardest handstand push-up variation. Now I haven't warmed up, but I'm going to do pike push-ups as my warm-up. I'm going to use the easier variations as a warm-up to the harder ones. Now if you're still working towards the easier versions or the lower progressions, then warm up with just some scapular push-ups or normal push-ups to get the shoulders, the arms, the wrists and everything happy to train. So let's just start off with some pike handstand push-ups. So make sure you're starting with externally rotated hands. Your down dog position, so really opening the shoulders here. If you're super tight in the calves or hamstrings, then just bend the knee if you need to. So opening the shoulders. And then I'm just going to take the shoulders forwards and then bring the head down towards the floor. Cap gets in the way a little bit, so we need to get rid of that for the next one. Just make sure with this one that you bring the elbows in closer towards the body as you come down. Don't flare the elbows. Opening the shoulders all the way at the top. I'm just going to do like 4 or 5 reps, see how that feels. Now progressions to that could just be raising the feet up, so exactly the same thing. So that position, now obviously this is way more demanding on the hamstrings, so just be a little bit careful with this one. Taking the shoulders forwards, hands down, head touches, opening the shoulders all the way at the top. Now up onto the wall. Now you could either go eccentrics here, if you don't have the strength to come all the way back up yet, or you could walk the feet, which is slightly easier. So here you can walk the feet back up. If you're just doing an eccentric, just come down really slow, kiss the head to the floor, hold for a few seconds, and then come down. Just make sure you're really opening the shoulder at the top, and then closing the shoulder before you start to bend the elbows. Keep the elbows in close to your body. Walk the feet back up if you need to, or you can slide the feet if you're a bit stronger. Same, but now freestanding, so I'm just going to do eccentric to start with. So same thing, opening the shoulders at the top, show control, close the shoulder, and then bring the elbows in as you take the head down towards the floor. Show control at the bottom ideally before you come back down. And then obviously the big goal for most people is to get that freestanding, to get the concentric as well. Now if you have it, just see if you can get 4 or 5 reps to warm yourself up for the next progressions. So open the shoulders at the top, coming down, feet go back, elbows come in, head kisses, back up, open the shoulders at the top, and back down, same thing, hard in the wind. Okay, then we have the deficit eccentric, so coming down only to a deficit. Ideally with the deficit, you're gonna hold with your shoulders, not your shoulders, your collarbone, kissing the wall or the step. So just practice that bottom position first. So being able to hold this position, collarbone on the box or the step, and you should be able to show control there. Just make sure you've got that correct angle, so feet back, shoulders forwards. Now if you're just working the eccentric, obviously you can do this against the wall as well. Just get the positioning of the box or the step or whatever you're using correct in terms of away from the wall, so it allows you to get that angle correct. No, I can't get that right. So like that. So make sure if you're up and down against the wall, you get that correct. I'll put a video or a picture up here how that should look, because I don't have a freestanding step I can use now against the wall. So same deals, show control in the top, open shoulders. And then slowly come down, feet come back, shoulders come forwards, all the way down nice and slow. So feet would be kissing the wall if you needed to. And then show control there, 3 or 4 or 5 seconds there, and then come back down. And then the deficit concentric, so obviously starting in the handstand, coming down through the eccentric and pushing back up through the concentric. If you need to, you can use the same steps as we did against the wall for the non-deficit version. So slide the feet if you have it, if not, walking the feet up the wall. So showing control at the top, open shoulders, keep the elbows in by side, collarbone touches, open the hip at the top, open the hip, open the shoulder, I meant to say. Okay, then we have the work towards the 90-degree handstand push-up, so coming level with the floor and coming back up again. First of all, we can do the eccentrics, but the same as the handstand push-ups, we need to have a comfortable bottom position. So practicing that like bent arm plunge position, externally rotate the elbows. You could go and straddle to start with, so like this position, and I'm pushing the arms into my side, so it makes it a little bit easier. Once you have that for time, you can then lower from the handstand down to that position. So show and control, opening the shoulders. My hands are very externally rotated, come down. Now you could go to straddle, which is slightly easier, but notice I'm bringing the elbows into the side. And then working the concentric, I can't even say it. Then working the concentric, maybe start in a straddle position, try and scoop the body up. So there might be a bit of a curve on this initial one when you first get it. So I'm going to go straddle position as I come down, take the shoulders forwards, touch the toes lightly, scoop up, back to handstand, open the shoulders, show control. Now, even though this is a deficit, a lot of people will find this easier than the non-deficit version because you can scoop the head below. So try on a wall or a step if you feel comfortable to handstand on it. So this bit's easier because I can scoop the head below and then throw the feet over to come back up. That wasn't a good example. So head forwards and down. So scooping the body up. Yeah, bro. And then for the 90-degree and even the dead press, it makes it slightly easier if you use a bit of a decline, so having a sloped surface. So this is going to be a little bit easier for the straight-legged 90-degree handstand push-up. I'll do that now. Cap gets in the way. So legs go apart a little bit. I got a bit stuck with the cap. Okay, then the biggie, let's do the dead press now. So I'm going to lay on the floor. Now, ideally, my body's going to stay straight and I just scoop up from that position. Well, not so much scoop, you just lift your body up into it. I always struggle a little bit. My legs come apart a touch and I bend a little bit too much, but I'm going to try and straighten the body as much as I can. But that's where I'm at, trying to get that cleaner and cleaner. I put a community post up recently. I'm doing a Q&A soon, so drop any questions down in the comments to this video, or find that community post and comment there if you've got any questions about training in general. Let me know if you have any questions on these handstand push-ups. I'll speak to you next time. Thanks, guys.